Hey guys, I'm Jesse and this is
Jessy.
and today we are going to do the husband tag. Now I don't really know what that means or what that is going to be like, but Jesse does, and so I guess why don't you go ahead and just walk me through it. I
Okay.
guess I don't know what it is.
I have the questions ready. Just need to load.
Ah, okay.
Okay. So, first question. Where did we meet?
Oh, where did we meet? Well,
Condensed
like
version.
the first time or like in person?
Well,
Okay, so technically the first time we like met each other, I was in Thailand and I was spending the summer there. I was working with a children's home in a place called Qingdao, and Jesse's brother actually came over, and I got to meet him. He's a really cool guy, and so we got to know each other. He went back home after 2 weeks. I stayed there for the rest of the summer, and so we started like video chatting over Skype or FaceTime. And one day I was like, oh man, who is that girl in that background? And he's like, it's my sister. I was like, okay.
because I
well,
walked past and I was spying and I was like, oh, who you talking to?
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, man, I got to go. I got some stuff I got to do. I got to work on and everything. So I said goodbye to him, and then I went immediately like to Facebook and added her and asked her if like you had Skype.
Yeah, and I said I did, but I really didn't. So I had to hurry up and make one.
So we started like chatting over the next few months until finally I
4
came back
months.
home to the U.S. and I was in Kansas at the time going to college, and you were in Pittsburgh, and then finally I just flew out, and your family was nice enough to let me come visit without ever having met me, and so I got to come speak at your guys' church, and obviously got to meet you, and that's the first time we met in person, was coming down the escalator
Yeah,
at
that's the first time we met in person at the airport.
Pittsburgh Airport and seeing each other for the first time. So that's
Yep. After Skyping for 4 months.
that's how we met.
Yep. Where was our first date?
Well, I guess technically it would have been on the way home from the airport.
Yep, where did we stop?
And we went to Longhorns.
Yep,
And,
we went to Longhorn. We were supposed to go to Olive Garden, but I took a wrong turn and we ended up in a random parking lot, and I couldn't find my way back, so we just stopped at Longhorn Steakhouse.
She's a little nervous.
I was very nervous.
Yeah, we went to Longhorn, and I was like, I'm going to try to seem like a really cool guy. So I'm going to get the fish, get some tilapia. I'm going to get, some rice, some seasoned vegetables.
So
and
dorky.
what did she get? Mac and cheese on our
I was
first
too
date.
nervous to eat, so I just got a side of mac and cheese. Did you think
Yeah.
I was like 5 years old?
No, maybe like 10.
Oh
But.
gosh. Okay, so that was our first date. What was your first impression of me?
First impression, well, like I said, when I saw you walking across the screen on Skype behind your brother, I was like, okay.
But in person at the airport.
In person, you're a little bit shorter than I thought.
Yeah, you were too for me.
Okay. And, I thought you were really cute, and I was glad that I flew all that way
I
and
thought
spent all
you
that
were
money.
cute too.
Thanks. Did you like what I was wearing?
Yeah, you look
You don't
stylish.
remember.
Nope, that blue sweater with the buttons.
It's black.
It was blue. It was
It's-
navy
it's
blue.
black right
What was
now.
I wearing?
You were wearing lots of denim. You had a denim jacket.
No,
denim
I had
jeans,
denim jeans
and
on.
boots. What kind of
But-
jacket were you wearing?
It was a little sweater.
Well, it looked like a jacket. It looks like
Next.
denim in my memories. Looked like Miley Cyrus when she was Hannah Montana.
Okay, how long? How long have we been married?
I'm gonna say 4 years and about 3 months.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say almost, 4
I'm
months.
surprised you had to count.
No, months. 4 months. 4
Luckily,
years, 4
I
months.
know. See, I keep a record right here. Our wedding date.
So he doesn't forget.
Yep.
May
so I don't
4th,
have any
2012.
excuse to forget.
Yes. Okay, next. Do we have any traditions?
Tradition. Yeah, I know for Christmas, even though we don't have any kids yet, we do the elf on a shelf.
That's true.
And so each night we'll take a turn and
Hide the elf.
Shh, the elf moves by himself. You don't know who's watching? The elf will move himself each night, and we'll take turns helping him get to what he needs to be doing and going and all that stuff. So that's something fun we do for now. And then obviously when we have a bigger family and we have kids and stuff like that, then they'll be a part of that too. So we just started early.
That's a good one. What do I do that annoys you?
I am answering that one. Next.
Answer.
Next.
Come on.
Next.
You can say something.
When you ask me questions over and over. So there you go. There's an example.
Do we have any nicknames for each other? Not really.
No, other people give us nicknames. So
Yeah.
like since we have the same name.
Oh, did you guys know this?
Yeah, we said it at the beginning. Bad, annoying thing is she has a bad memory too. But no, like people, they always ask us when they meet us, so what do people call you? You're Jessy, you're Jessy. How do people distinguish? There's been a couple different things. Like our family started off, like my dad, he says Jessy boy.
Jessy girl.
Jessy girl.
Yeah, I like that one.
Guy at our church calls me PJ for Pastor Jessy.
And
he calls
me,
her MJ,
MJ.
for Mrs. Jessy. Jess he and Jess she.
I really don't like that one.
Yeah, I know. But I think it's probably the cleverest.
Yeah, it's creative, but not a fan.
But other than that, I mean, we
Jessy
don't really,
boy, Jessy girl. But we don't call each other that.
No, I mean, I call you like hun, or I'll call you babe around the house, stuff like that. But
Nothing
not really
exciting.
nicknames. Those just little, things you call each other.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay. Next. What's my favorite restaurant?
Favorite restaurant
Yeah.
is probably Olive Garden. You love their soup and salad, and you like
Yeah.
fettuccine. You pretty much just love Italian food in general.
Yeah.
Breadsticks, garlic bread.
Bread. I love.
Okay, Oprah. I love bread. No, I'd say Olive Garden. As far as I know, places that we've been to.
Yeah.
Um,
I had trouble with like, this is my favorite. I don't ever want to commit to that,
commitment issues to food.
But
I
that's
know.
one of my favorites, and yours definitely Chipotle.
Yeah, I would say I like Chipotle.
Chipotle's your favorite.
I don't know if it's my favorite restaurant though. There's a place growing up. I mean, it's not around anymore as far as I know, but called Copeland's.
I've heard of
Really
it.
cool place down south. Bubba Gump Shrimp. That place is pretty solid. But Chipotle, just as far as like everyday kind of food, yeah, it's pretty good.
Thought so. Okay, next. If I'm watching TV, what show am I watching?
The Bachelor or Bachelorette.
That's true.
Everything else is all YouTube or Netflix.
That's true, because we only have about 4 channels.
Yeah, we don't really do cable. We have
ABC.
YouTube. Obviously, you can find anything on YouTube. Then you got Netflix.
Yeah.
You got lots of shows. That
I mean,
aren't
we
really
don't
that
have
interesting.
Netflix. We just use your mom's Netflix.
True. You can have multiple people, but we pretty much just watch like Master Chef or Kitchen Nightmares, a bunch of like food, basically the Food Network, anything that's on
Yeah.
the Food Network.
What other? Oh, like Cutthroat Kitchen.
Yeah, that's
Chopped.
That's pretty much like when we get low on groceries. That becomes like what we do. Well, what do we got? I guess we'll work with that.
I
So.
would say your favorite show. Do you have a favorite show?
You don't know my favorite show?
Oh, you like that Bear Grylls show.
Yeah, I like survival shows. I think
Survival
that stuff's
stuff.
fun. I'm into that kind of thing.
You're all about that life?
Yeah.
Okay. What is one food that I do not like?
Just one.
What? Yes, that's the question.
Okay, one food that you do not like is fish in general. Cooked fish, you could have catfish, you could have like salmon, you could have tuna steak, you could have sushi, all of it. I've never seen you been like, yeah, I want that.
I'll eat it if I have to, but I'm not like...
Even in Thailand,
I
when
don't
you had to,
prefer
you
it.
didn't do it.
But is that one food that I'm like, I cannot eat? What is that
It's-
food? Come on, you know
There's
this.
so much.
Like, whatever I get, make sure this isn't in...
Onions.
Yes, onions.
She hates onions. They're so good, though.
Yours, food that you don't like. Peanut butter and jelly.
Ugh.
He hasn't even tried that.
Doesn't even make
I know that
sense.
counts because he won't try that. Mac and cheese.
Doesn't make sense.
If I would have known that for our first date, that you were so appalled by mac and cheese.
Yeah, that was kind of a doozy.
Strike one.
I was like, oh, that's all she's eating? This is a side of mac and cheese. Okay. This could be a deal breaker. I don't know.
But other than that, I feel like you eat pretty much everything
I'm
else.
pretty much... I'll try anything once, just not
You
those
hate
things.
meatloaf.
Meatloaf doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Sloppy Joes, no thank you.
What is one talent that I have?
I thought this was about me. This is a husband thing.
Husband answers about the wife.
Okay, one talent that you have?
Yes.
I'm trying to narrow it down to just one because you have so many.
Oh, thanks.
I would say I love it when you play piano. I think you
thank
play
you.
piano very good, and you spent a long time doing that. So
I better be
obviously,
good at it.
yeah. But I think also you're pretty creative. You have a creative eye, so like when we go out and we take pictures of stuff. I love photography, so she helps me out with that when I'm doing like portraits or something like that. She's really good at like seeing things from a different angle than me sometimes and stuff like that. So decorating, obviously. You have a creative eye.
Thanks.
So I'd say that's like one of your
Nice.
talents. What about me?
I would say that was quick. I would say you're really, really good at languages. Like
Yeah.
super good at picking up other languages. When we were in Thailand, I would say, I know it's like we lived there about 2.5 years.
Yeah.
He was so good. He could just have full-on conversations with people. He knows what other languages. He knows a lot of languages.
So like I grew up and in
He
a
was
Navy family. My
military
dad's a Navy
family.
chaplain, so my whole life, my dad was in my whole life, 27 years up to now. He just retired like last year. And yeah, we just moved around and I got to meet so many interesting people with different backgrounds from different countries. And so I was always interested in learning about people, and language has always been a really big thing. So I just ask people basic conversational stuff like hello, how are you, and thank you, and stuff like that.
But you remember it well,
But
too.
I can probably say just those 2 or 3 simple things in maybe like 20 languages
Yeah.
or something like that.
I took Spanish for 2 years and I don't know anything except hola.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Yeah, so
Anyways,
that's a
so,
talent. That's
yeah,
a talent.
I like that. All right, sorry about that. Our camera only records for so long, so we realized that the
It stopped recording.
last few questions it stopped recording and we didn't know. So we're just gonna pick up
Okay.
where it cut off.
So the question is, what would I eat every day if I could?
What would you eat every day? Well, initially, I think sandwich. Jesse's family loves the sandwich.
We don't love sandwiches. You say
Every
that all
time
the
I'm like calling your mom, like, "Hey, what are you guys having for lunch?" You're like, "Sandwiches." And it's just like.
That's a basic lunch food.
Anyways, you could eat mac and cheese or pizza. You like pizza?
Yeah.
That's kind of like your desert island choice for food. She loves pizza, any type of pizza, if it has pepperoni and nothing else on it.
Yours would definitely be sushi.
Oh, I love sushi. I can eat sushi for days. So good. I'd love to live in Japan someday so I could just eat sushi nonstop.
Well, that may be possible. And the last question. What can I spend hours doing?
Shopping. You like shopping. You like doing research on products that you're into. So, with stuff you do.
Stuff I do.
Yeah, like your blog and stuff like that. #currentplus.com. And yeah, you do makeup stuff, so you spend a lot of time learning about the different products and the companies that ask you to give them a hand every now and then, and do stuff like that. So I think shopping, learning about fashion trends and makeup and stuff like that is kind of like what I see you doing for hours at a time, every once in a while.
It's probably true. For you, I think it'd be, I was going to say watching YouTube, tactical, survival, prepping, that kind of jazz.
I think that's something for every guy, though, It's like, we're all, play that scenario in our head of, what if one
Zombies.
day zombies take over
Oh
the
my
world, or,
gosh.
I gotta ditch the house because the government, or who knows what. It's just that, fantasy of, someday something could happen, and I gotta go live out in the woods, by ourselves or something like that. Now, we're not, preppers. I mean, I'm not that crazy. I don't store water, have, tons of canned food or anything like that. Nothing crazy like that. At the most,
a mild prepper.
No, I wouldn't even say that. I have a backpack that's I could throw clothes in and like
You have a backpack.
I have like
We have a backpack,
a
people.
backpack to go, a go bag, and I like my knives, I like my guns. That's kind of like what me and my brother and my dad like enjoyed doing growing up. We'd go shooting, and my grandpa was a blacksmith, so we have like a fascination with sharp edges and objects
Sharp
and
edges.
stuff. Sharp edges, man. So that comes into play with like cooking and stuff. I like cooking.
Mm-hmm.
I could do that for hours. Every once in a while, I'll get on a kick and I'll like want to learn how to make different kinds of food and stuff. So tactical cooking combo.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So I guess that's it.
that's all the questions.
That's our first YouTube video.
We did it. So anyways, we just thought this would be fun. This may not be super professional or anything like that, but it's our first one. We just wanted to give it a shot. It's something that we want to try out doing now. And so if you liked it, please give us a like. Leave a comment if you can relate to any of the things we've been talking about. And if you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Catch you guys next time.
See ya.
Bye.